Hey guys, this is Coach Simpson. Today I'm going to be talking about how we teach the buck sweep through drills and just the general concepts of how we teach it to our team. Very excited you would tune in and hopefully give you some good content. Buck sweep is a identity. You know, we live it and breathe it. It's something that we teach our kids from a young age. We want to make sure that we're doing everything about as perfect as we can. It's a belief system that we have. Feel like we can run this against any team because of the adjustments that we're able to make, and it's become something that our kids have taken, really grabbed a hold of, and pushed forward. It's something that we start when they're in third grade and continue it all the way through 12th grade. Hey guys, Coach Simpson here, going to talk a little bit about how we block the buck sweep. Our base rules for us on the play side of buck are always what everyone runs with buck sweep is gap down backer. So you're going to teach your strong tackle, gap down backer, gap down backer, gap down backer. What that means for you non-wing T gurus, essentially they're going to block inside the gap to the, so there's a player here, that would be a gap player. Down is a player on top of the man inside of them. So gap to down, that's where we're going to block. If nobody is in either one of those, we're going to go block the inside backer on our path. So gap down backer on the play side. We're going to block man to backside with our center. With our backside tackle, we do lots of different things, but our base rule would be to block inside gap and then hinge backside. We do a lot of things RPO that I'll get into later, but that's our base first day rule. Our strong guard is going to pull, and we want him to come through here and kick. His number one job is to get his head on the upfield shoulder of the defender. Whatever shows up, he's going to kick him out and root him out of there. We tell him to get a little bit of depth here, but if this guy gets no movement, run our own guy over. We got to get movement there. And then our backside guard is going to get a little extra depth here, get his shoulders square first daylight, and then he is looking inside as he's going to make the blocks. But that's our base rules for how we teach the buck sweep. Nothing new, nothing inventive, but if you're new to buck sweep, you want to make sure you're really good at the base rules of this. Okay, so here's the play for you guys. Buck sweep is a thing of beauty in my mind when you block it up correctly. Do a great job on this play. Big game for us. Exciting to see our kids be able to do that. We'll slow it down here a little bit and let you see. Gap down backer on the play side. Do a really good job of making sure no one comes over the top. Guard does a great job kicking and wrapping, and our running back hides right behind him perfectly. So when he hits it up in there, plenty of room for him to squirt through and make a big play for us this year. I want to talk a little bit about down blocking, how we teach our guards and really anyone who's going to be down blocking. To do this, you're going to see a little bit of drill video here in a little bit, but the base things we're trying to teach him is if we're blocking down on a defender, we want to make sure we're taking about a 6-inch step, trying to get our head across here, and then we want to keep our balance squared up. You'll see it on the video. Our guy does a great job with it, keeping his balance, keeping all of his cleats in the ground as he's working on his first step. His second step will start to turn our body, and then on that third, fourth, and fifth, we're going to roll him. There are two ways we teach the down block depending on what kind of defender this guy is. If he's an upfield player, we want to make sure we get across his headgear. If he's playing over top of us, we actually want to step to his back hip and make sure we seal him off. What we don't want is him to kind of jam us into the hole and play over top of us. So the second drill you're going to watch, you'll see how we're really rolling our hips to make sure we get that. And that depends on the type of defender we play. The base is the same as far as how we teach it. We just teach different aiming points depending on the defender we're going against. Okay, so here's how we teach our down block. Does a great job right here. Good stance, balanced, a little bit of weight on his front hand. And then as he steps forward, does a great job making contact, getting his head in the correct place. Pulls his arms back because we're going to bring them on the second step. Here it is again, slowed down for you guys. Again, just watch. We have our arm there to make sure that our player remains low, just giving him a simple aiming point as he takes off on his first step. We just want a very short step to take it. Now, here's the next drill we work for over-the-top players. So we're going to release first step. Does a good job here. Second step brings it with him, and then we're now going to turn our rear end to our sideline, eventually turning all the way around. If we can make this block, we ensure that the player cannot come over what we call over the top to make tackles for us. So this would be a player we're worried about trying to play over top of us. So we want to really work this. We just call it end zone drill. We're turning our butt to our own end zone, trying to make sure that we don't allow players to come off of our down blocks. He does a great job keeping his leverage and his pass down. Drill that we're going to talk about is how we teach our guards. We actually take them separate. So we do down blocking with our whole team, and then we'll continue to do down blocking or some other type of block, maybe a cut or a double or something with our other linemen. While we're doing that, we pull our guards, quarterbacks, running backs, anyone that might run the ball in buck sweep for us goes with our guards. You know what we call the hurdle drill. Our kids know that. We get the big PVC pipe hurdles. We actually have 2 5-foot hurdles and a 4-foot hurdle that we do. We built ourselves, save money. You know, public school, we got to do that. But what we teach on this is aiming points and finer points of the actual backfield action. So strong guard, you're going to see, we want him to pull, run through the hurdle, never stop as he runs through the hurdle. We tell him if you whiff, but you're on the correct shoulder, we're okay with that. But if you slow down and get jammed in the hole, we got a problem. So you'll see our guy does a good job with that. Our quick guard, we actually set up a hurdle next to him. We'll move that hurdle, depending on which guard we want to work on, to make sure he's coming low out of his stance. So come through a 4-foot hurdle right here. Then he is looking first daylight. We give him a hurdle roughly where we think he's going to aim for. We want him to be bending and curving in almost like a U, so we know his eyes are moving inside. And there'll be times on this hurdle we'll put a bag or a dummy or a coach or somebody there to kind of give him a look. Backfield action, we always give our quarterback a read. We run buck, so we'll have a coach standing here or wherever we're making the read. His eyes ought to go there. Running back, we want to come flat across the quarterback. So we really want running back's heels on the quarterback's toes. Nice flat mesh point, depending on what we're reading, gives us some time. Once he gets the ball, it also sets up our guard. The guard, you'll notice, actually has a towel in the back of his shorts. So we give our running back, he's going to get the ball and get so close to the guard as he goes through the hurdle, he can pull that towel. The goal we're trying to do is get that guy so close to the guard that he can really ride him. A lot of times when you watch our games, our running back will actually guide the guard into the block he wants him to make, which frees up a big play. It's been a great drill for us. We do about 5 minutes a day on this, and we can move the hurdles around if we don't want to run buck or we want to run, our version of belly or our version of whatever we want to run. But the hurdles are great to give aiming points, work on being low and exploding through, and it gives our backs a good job. And the other big coaching point is that towel. It sounds simple, but we want our running back as close to our guard as possible on buck sweep at all times. Okay, here's our hurdle drill. You see it really fast the first time. Here it is slowed down. So our pulling guard is working through the 5-foot hurdle. He's going to pull kick and run full speed, never slowing down, throwing his arms as he goes through. And our wrapping guard is we're working him to make sure his eyes are getting inside. You can see the towel hanging there. Our running back does a good job of getting up on him close. In a real game, he'd be shoving him into a block. We want to make sure that he gets where we need him to get. Both guards do a pretty good job. Here it is, just a little bit faster. Same drill. We'd like a little more depth from our pulling guard. This is a younger player who's just learning. Here's another angle of it. Much cleaner angle. These two guards are a little bit more advanced, do a good job. So we have pull kick that's going to come from our strong guard. Here it is slowed down. You'll also notice we have the 4-foot hurdle to make sure our guards are coming out of their stance low. Pretty good pull kick right here. Running back does a great job hiding behind the guard, and that's exactly what we want. He comes out with a towel, so we know he's done what we've asked him to do. And when he does that in a game, that looks almost impossible to find him. So here it is again, very slow motion. Pulling guard does a good job here. Our quarterback, we would be having his eyes on whatever his read was for that week or that RPO. We usually do this every day and change up his read. Also change the directions of the hurdles, and we can use them on other runs also. And so it's a good drill for us. Try to get as many uses as possible out of it. Just something you can do all the time. In a game, it should look like this, where our guard is pulling, our running back is right behind him, almost impossible for a defense to find him if your running back will follow that hill. Okay, so one of the big concepts we get is our steal concept when we're running buck sweep. So we're going to run the buck. Normal rules for everybody except for we try in our offense to build in simple concepts where everyone runs the same thing. One word tag tells one guy to do something different. So the only guy that needs to know it is that guy, which usually is our strong tackle. And of course, our quarterback needs to be aware of what's going on. So our steal concept is if we're having a hard time with some kind of 4-eye, 3 technique, somebody is trying to get down there. You know, most teams play the buck sweep. They want to come down the heel line on this guard and cause problems. If we can't get them cut, we'll read them. So what we tell our tackle is we call steal, and he now goes out and blocks the next outside defender. So whoever that is, he's working his way out there to block. Real subtle thing to teach him. We don't really want him going upfield because we run a lot of RPO action where the ball may be thrown down the field. So we tell him to actually come out here and kind of go this direction. If we can seal him, that's fine. If we kick him, that's fine. It doesn't really matter to us. He's working to him and we'll make the read. So this becomes the read for our quarterback. We're going to block buck normal. So gap down backer, man, backside, full kick, full wrap. He thinks he's getting the ball and scoring a touchdown, and you're going to see several clips coming up here. Once he gets it, several times he doesn't get it, quarterback will make the read. And then we want to come flat off of this to make sure we get space, then hit it this direction. Have some quarterbacks are really good at that. Some want to bounce it a little bit. So we try to tweak the RPO out here with our receivers to match that. So one of the RPOs you're going to see we love with this is we call it BOGO. We run a bubble and we run a go. And you'll see it on the film. We teach our bubble guys, if we don't catch the ball here, to find the void. So a lot of times you'll see us actually throw a bubble. If it's kind of prolonged, it'll actually hit in this voided area. Sometimes we get lucky. They'll have a bad switch up here because of the run action, and this got to be wide open, so we'll throw that. But we call this BOGO, bubble go. So quarterback now is going to read here, then he's going to read this defender. So as he's attacking this way, he can run it, he can throw the bubble, he can throw the go, gives him plenty of options as he's going. Just a nice way to pair it all together. Our goal is we kind of go rules of threes. So we have 3 different RPO action games, 3 different base runs, and we try to merge it all together. This is one of our favorite ones to run against a 3-4 team with a buck sweep. Okay, here it is. We're running buck sweep with the bubble and the go option. Quarterback decides to pull this one. Here it is in slower motion. You can see we're reading the 4-eye who squeezes and chases the guard. And we'll run it again really, really slow here for you. 4-eye chases the guard. We pull it, attack. Our tackle seals the end. Really would have liked the quarterback to run this, but he decides to throw a touchdown, which we're going to take that as well. So good play for us. Same exact play, we just married this time with a fast screen. Quarterback's reading the 4-eye who squeezes down. When he pulls it, the tackle actually kicks the outside backer, and you'll see it here a little bit slower. So quarterback is going to read the 4-eye. As the tackle releases out, you'll see the defensive lineman will chase our pulling guard. And again, I've got it going really slow. Nice clean read for the quarterback. He pulls it. Our tackle actually kicks the outside backer just because of the way he attacked. The quarterback yanks the ball. He could have thrown the fast screen. I prefer they run first and pass second off of this one. And so when he yanks the ball out of the belly, you can see the nice seam there. Scheme got him about 10 yards, and his athletic ability got him the touchdown. Here it is later in the game. We actually give this one, which it's nice when you have a fast running back who scores, but you can see the read by running the same play. We're holding the backside inside linebacker. The backside defensive end are chasing the quarterback because of the threat of the run, because we've run it now 2 or 3 times, which gives us less guys we have to block. Then, of course, our running back makes a great play right there. Makes me look smart. Here it is this season, different group of kids, same read for us. Much more of a physical team for us this year, so much more downhill. Outside of the screen, we're running a fast screen on top of this. So, but here it is nice and clean from the end zone shot. Leave the 4-eye unblocked. He squeezes down. Quarterback, I would have preferred, takes it up the gut, but he does bounce one more gap. And when he does, you can see there's just nobody there because of them reading both of our guards. The way we run buck sweep, it makes them honor that. So here it is again. Quarterback reads the 4-eye, pulls it out of the belly, is running all the way here. No intention of throwing the fast screen. And then when you do that, there's just not very many people home because the RPO action keeps it outside. The next read we really like to run with buck sweep is we'll just read the outside defender. If you guys run zone read or you run any type of reading that outside defender, it's pretty much the same concept. We just tell this guy a tag word, which will send him on here. He's going to go pick up first thing he sees. Half the time he never makes a block. If he does make a block, it can end up being a big play. But we've noticed a lot of times defenders will read either our guards or they'll read the headgear of him because we do so many RPO action. So looking at the buck sweep this way, quarterback is reading here, then we'll usually tag some type of screen, maybe a bubble, could be that BOGO concept, could be just a fast screen or an owl screen or whatever we want over here. You tag whatever you want with it, but it gives them the opportunity to pull it and run. I want something going this direction with our RPO because we want to pull this defender that way, or we can take advantage of him not going that way and throw the screen later. So any way you want to tag that up, we just block the buck, read this defender. It's a real simple RPO. And here it is drawn up. We're just going to read the outside defender. It's a very simple read. If you run any type of zone read or any type of read where you're reading the outside defender, it'll be easy for your kids. Here it is from the end zone shot. Quarterback reads the outside defender. We're going to release our tackle. You'll see we don't block the 5 technique. When he squeezes down, it's a simple, easy read for our quarterback. And so as he pulls it right here, you can just see the space that's coming from there. And because of the guard pull from the buck sweep, it's a huge, huge alley for him to run through. It's a nice little way to pair. Instead of reading the 4-eye, now we can read the outside defender. We're running a fast screen outside of what you're looking at right here. So there's nobody really at home. Our next RPO we do is we call it key. It's a really good play with a running quarterback, and we're just going to key this defender. So we're going to block buck the same way we always do. Doesn't change for anybody. Doesn't even change for our quick side tackle. He step hinges most of the time anyway. So we love this. We get a 5 technique and 1 technique or a slanting 1 or something like that. And we're going to read here. We're going to key this defender. If we see his helmet turn this direction, quarterback will pull it and attack right there. It's a real simple read, real easy play. Like to tag that with a fast screen also, again, to occupy that outside linebacker. And so this is key drawn up. Now on the clip you're going to see we're actually running what we call a motion concept with it, with a bubble, but we're making the same read. We're trying to read that backside inside linebacker. So here it is. We'll bring a guy in motion, just dress up the RPO game. They're in man-to-man, makes it nice and clean. We're reading that backside inside linebacker who went after the motion, which we ended up handing the ball right there, but quarterback could have pulled it and run the ball where he left from. The next RPO we do off almost the same action as key. We call it peak. And so we just tell this receiver we're going to run what we call a peak route right here. Usually this guy will run either a post or he'll run maybe a double slant depending on kind of what we're trying to accomplish with him. But really we're reading here, same read you would read on key. If the inside backer flies, we're going to throw the ball in that vacated spot. Coaching point on this, make sure that ball comes out low because if it bounces up, you get a problem. We also want to coach up our quarterback a whole lot on RPOs if he reads it wrong. So we get this a lot. We're going to try to make the read. Oh, no, that's not open. Don't throw it anyway. We tell him you can run to where we're blocking buck sweep. So if you're going to teach RPOs, you better teach him what to do when it doesn't go how you want it. He'll follow this way. Other coaching point with our receiver, we tell him we want to make sure we get inside because we're not reading this outside backer. So if he makes a play, that's your fault. So So you got to get inside, and then you want to get a big target for our quarterback, about 70% of your speed. We catch it here a lot of times. We love this one because they're having to play so hard over here that we catch the ball here. A lot of times it'll break that direction for a really big play. You can also tag this we call pyramid, where if the safeties come down making problems, that's when we'll run that nice little skinny post, and that becomes a play action, not really an RPO, but flash that ball in there, get the safety to bite down and then throw it over his head to the skinny post. And here is peak drawn up again, and we can run different combinations with our outside receiver. We can run this with a single receiver, but the concept is the same. Read the backside inside linebacker. So here's the clip. Inside linebacker will bite. We throw it right behind him. It's a nice, easy, simple play for us. Here it is, a little bit slower. Quarterback is going to read the inside linebacker. When the inside linebacker commits to the run, we're going to pull the ball and throw it right behind his ear hole pretty much. And quarterback does a good job here of reading it and then throwing it right into the open window. Nice, clean window. Receiver does a good job of giving a big target. We make a nice, easy throw for him. So here it is again. Quarterback makes the read. Big target. We're running a post on this one to hold the safety. May come back later and throw over top of the safety. He makes that tackle. Nice, easy play, easy gain for us. Here it is later in the game. We actually tagged this one with our power play, but I just wanted to show how you can tag these RPOs with multiple plays. And the good thing about this is the safety on the top of the screen has to commit to the run. So when he commits down to the run, when we make this catch, there's nobody there that can make the tackle on our receiver. He does a good job getting inside. That's his only rule, is get inside. The outside linebacker does a great job of that. Put the ball on him, and then there's nobody there to make the tackle. And it is a nice, clean, easy run for a touchdown. It's just a simple concept you can use. Hope this has been of benefit to you. If you want more information on the Buck Sweep, I love to talk football. Here's my contact information. Obviously, you can search around on my website. You can find me at Twitter at FB Coach Simpson, or you can just give me a call or give me a text or shoot me an email, fbcoachsimpson@gmail.com. Really appreciate your time, and hopefully you got something from this and can take it and use it and have great luck in the future with whatever concepts you want to put these with.